Hello and welcome to the Leckiju Lounge. This is your host Lex, and as Brittany Broski once said, Happy Pride Month! My intros most likely are going to get more and more unhinged. For me, it just keeps it fun. I think I've been thinking about what should I do, for each one. Sometimes it has to do with the episode, sometimes it doesn't. But I think it's just a good way for me to stay entertained with the pod. So it's going to be random every time. And sometimes you might not get the reference, but it's fun, at least for me. So that opening did not go with this episode as far as what we're going to talk about, but I thought, hey, it is Pride Month. I don't think this is my first episode in June, but it is Pride Month, and I'm not a huge Pride event goer as far as parades. I've actually never been to a Pride parade ever, and it's not really for any particular reason. I personally don't have a car, and also I don't necessarily have that many friends that I feel would go or would want to go with me, which I'm fine going by myself, but like I said, I don't have a car. So if I had a car, I'd probably go. But I am also just not a huge fan of rainbow everything, for Pride. I don't really get the whole thing. And I understand some people think that is what Pride is, but it's not. I actually, though, this year, I'm trying to get more into it, but more in a way that's real to me and true to me. I personally think that Pride is just a more personal thing, and I think the way a lot of people celebrate is in a way to fit in with how everyone else is celebrating, and I don't necessarily get that. I actually was asked to do by one of my agencies this Pride campaign they do. It's really just a social media campaign where they spotlight some of their models who are part of LGBT community, and I don't know if they're going to use me for it, but I did send in all my stuff. They wanted me to answer a few questions and stuff about Pride and about how I deal with things LGBTQ related, and I think my answers are going to be a little bit different than other people. I'm not really sure. Maybe they'll use them, maybe they won't. But it actually, those questions gave me time to actually think about it and reflect on what Pride is to me. Because to me, I think it's such an important thing. And I used to not. I used to think it was just kind of hokey pokey, and it was very performative. And the way that it is portrayed, I think, online through merchandising and advertising, marketing, it is a little bit performative. I think having Pride, though, it's a very important thing, but it also can get annoying the way that it's done. So I kind of feel the same way with coming out, and that was one of the questions I was asked was if for anyone who's struggling to come out, what's your advice? And I don't have any advice because I didn't come out, and I don't I don't think that that's necessary. For some people it might be. Everyone's going to be different, but to me it's just it's kind of the thing of, oh, people didn't have to come out as straight, so why are we having to come out at all? That's what I don't get. I saw this post the other day on Instagram that said, from now on, I guess because it's Pride Month, they were from now on, everyone's gay until you come out to me as straight. And I mean, it sounds stupid like that, but that's how people think of it. It's when Lady Gaga said, she was asked in an interview if she would still love her child if they were straight, and she said no. And, she was kidding, but that sounds so weird. But hey, we've been there. People, just not loving or even liking, I guess, their children or friends or anything like that just based on someone what they're attracted to or what they love. That is so weird, but that's a conversation for another day. Maybe that'll be the closer of Pride Month or something like that. But what we are talking about today is traveling. We're talking about travel destinations, dream destinations, travel plans that I have, and I also asked some followers on my Instagram at Leckiju and at Leckiju.kpop if they would like to, contribute with their dream destinations, why they want to go, because I like to hear people's dreams of like traveling. I also, I love just communicating with followers or anyone, like even strangers to me. I think it's just really fun to ask them literally anything. Like I want to ask them what their dream job is, which maybe we'll do that. I want to ask them, like, for instance, today, what their places they want to travel and why. Specifically why, because I want to know, like, what it's for. Is it for the food? Is it for the culture? Or is it for, like, one specific thing? So I'm going to start by talking about where I'm traveling to. So my plans coming up, I'm super, super excited for. I actually am going to my hometown, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I'm going there, I think, for like 5 days or so. I leave pretty soon. I'm leaving next week of when this comes out. So first I'm going there, and then from Myrtle Beach I'm going to go to Amelia Island in Florida, which I've been to a lot of places in Florida, but I've never been to Amelia Island. I've heard it's really beautiful, and it's significant to my grandparents, and that's why we're going, because I'm meeting my grandparents and my cousins and like extended family there. We're staying in some beach houses, which we have not done since I can't even remember when. We did these beach houses together in South Carolina, but that was like, I want to guess 2016 or sometime in there. Like, it was for my grandparents' 50th anniversary, I think, and now it's like, this is the next time since then that we've gotten together. So I'm really excited to see some of my family members. My birthday actually overlaps while I'm there. I don't know if I'm going to stay there or come home earlier or something. Like, I don't really know what to do for my birthday, because when I'm actually going to celebrate, I guess, for my birthday is going to be in Myrtle Beach. So that trip is just me and my brother, and we love going to Myrtle Beach at least once a year. I think we average out more twice a year, like one summer trip and one winter trip. And normally that comes from doing like Thanksgiving or Christmas, or sometimes we combine the two somewhere in between. Like, I haven't been there since Thanksgiving, and my grandparents live there, my other set of grandparents. And we used to live super close to them, like 12 minutes from their house, and we used to see them literally once a week most of the time, maybe every other week. And we'd always do holidays together, and it was just so fun. So when we moved away to Georgia, it's like I still see them maybe twice a year, but it's like very drastically different, because I used to see them once a week, but we still are able to stay with them, which is like the best part. They have a little guest house, and my brother and I love staying in there. We call it the Villa. We used, like, the full name was the Villa de Grandma, because she sets it up. So the Villa de Grandma, but we shorten it to just say the Villa. And it's funny because it caught on, and now like my grandparents call it that as well, like their guest house. They're like, it's the Villa. And they fix it up for us. It's super cute and super fun. It's my favorite place to travel to, at least that I've traveled to. I haven't gone that many places, but it's my favorite place to vacation because, one, it's my home, and it's like I'm familiar with the area. I will say it's changed a lot. They've, a lot of construction's gone on, and a lot of like nature has been wiped out. There's a lot of trees like gone down, which is, upsetting, but it's still very like comfortable place to be for me. And the beach is honestly not touristy. It's probably going to be a little more touristy this year, just because we're going in, June. And last time we went in like May. It wasn't even super hot out yet, but it was really nice weather, and it was not touristy. But I think, it's still much better than Florida. Like, I feel like any Florida beach is more populated than Myrtle Beach. I could be wrong about that, but that's just how I feel, at least with my experience of going. And it's not too touristy. We're also able to like go to the beach for free somewhat. My grandmother has like a year pass all the time, so for the car, and we get to go to the state park. And beach parking, to find like beach parking for free, even though it is a paid pass, is very difficult, because you go anywhere and you park by the beach to like, there's no free parking, or you have to park like a mile away, and then you gotta walk in your flip-flops or barefoot. Like, it's never a cute experience with parking. I hate paying to park for anything, but yeah, it's such a nice beach. It's a big beach. yeah, it's just everything about Myrtle Beach. We have so many traditions when we go. Also, it's like there's this Japanese restaurant that's like my favorite, that we're gonna hit up mainly for my birthday. And then we always do like a trip to Dairy Queen. Not after every time we go to the beach, like at least once though. After you go to the beach, you got to get a Dairy Queen in your towel. Like, it's so much fun. Also, my grandmother's cooking is great, so that's also nice. Is yes, we can like eat out, but for the majority, I think we'll eat at home with my grandparents because she makes really great food, like some of our favorites. And yeah, I think we're going to do that for 5 days at least. And then I actually did plan, this is kind of a last minute plan, and random, but I was talking to one of my friends who still lives in Myrtle Beach, and she is in this show called the Carolina Opry, which is like a theater show. It's dancing, singing. They have a few different shows, but it's been around forever. And she's worked with them for, I think, a couple years now. And so I was just messaging her and I was like, haven't seen her in maybe 5 years. And I'm like, so, are you able to like, are we able to come see you in the show or something like that? Cause I think that would be fun. Like, what time are you performing? And so we worked out a date. So now I'm getting to go see one of my old friends and see her in the show. I'm super excited. I've also never been to the show, even after living in Myrtle Beach for so long. I cannot seem to get my voice clear. I'm sorry. I sound like a monster over here. So anyways, those are my only, I guess, trip plans that I have right now. I want to be traveling more. Hopefully I'm going to travel before the year's over, but no guarantee, because I really never know where I'm going to go. So especially with modeling, it's so random. Like, I'm trying to get placed different places because I have placement in Canada and I have my local in Atlanta, but obviously, like, my agent always tries to like place me in other markets. So you never know when I'll have to like go test somewhere or do a casting somewhere. So I mean, I hope. Let's see. So what I have next is where I have been. So I haven't traveled that much, like I said, but the places that I've been is South Carolina, obviously, lots of places. I've been to, like, Myrtle Beach is where I'm from, but I've been to so many places in South Carolina. I actually went to boarding school in Greenville, South Carolina. So I guess I lived there for maybe like 2 semesters or like a year. Then also North Carolina, a lot of that crosses over. Also, I have like friends that live in North Carolina. Also been to Georgia. Obviously, I live in Georgia now. Lots of places in Georgia, but mostly in like, Atlanta and within like an hour around Atlanta. Then I've also been to Tennessee. I have family in Tennessee. I also did a summer intensive, which is like a summer camp but for ballet. That's why it's summer intensive, because it's intense, I guess. But it was in Nashville, at Nashville Ballet. That was an experience, to say the least. It was nice. It was my first summer intensive away from home. But yeah, I've been to a couple places in Tennessee, have family there. Florida, who hasn't been to Florida if you're in the South? Like, I have friends that live there. Obviously, Disney's there. Like, I've gone when I was a kid for Disney, and then when I was a teenager. I've been to like a lot of different cities and a lot of different beaches in Florida, like all the way around. We one summer tried to do this trip where we like went down and like visited a bunch of beaches. We also went to Disney, but like it was kind of a chaotic trip. Then I've also been to Louisiana. This is kind of random. So I've driven through the states from Myrtle Beach to New Orleans, Louisiana, and that was for a dance competition. It was a long drive, especially because I was just coming off of a sickness, like a virus, and my brother got sick before we left for the trip, but he said he wanted to go still to the competition. So that trip sick and having to like stop, get out the car, throw up, get back in, like that is vile. That I'm pretty sure that trip was like 13 hours. So imagine that. It was like 12 or 13 hours, I think. Imagine that, and you have a stomach virus. It's insane. And then he was like fine for 2 days when we arrived at the competition, and then got sick on the last day. So that was quite an experience. Then we also have been to Ohio. So my oldest brother actually worked in Ohio for 2 years. So we got to visit quite quite a bit. I think it was in Columbus, Ohio. He was in a dance company there. Don't have too much to say about Ohio. I remember a lot of homeless people in Columbus, but I don't have much to judge on the whole state. Same with Maryland. Don't remember a whole lot, but my brother also worked there 2 years after. And I went to Annapolis, and I also have flown into Baltimore. So I don't have too many experiences there. And then I've also been on 2 cruises. I went on a cruise last year and the year before that. So basically these cruises, they didn't go anywhere crazy. They went to like a private island, and they both went to Bahamas, maybe Nassau. I remember one of them went to Nassau, Bahamas, which was the scariest place I've ever been. And I just didn't feel safe for some reason. It's just like the vibe of Nassau, Bahamas. Like maybe it was just the area we were in. Maybe it was the area. There was a lot of taxis. They were like, everyone's trying to make money off of the foreigners. And so it's like, it's super touristy too, in a scary way. The taxis are like pulling onto the side of the road, almost hit you to like try to get you in the car. And like, I'm not getting in your, it's like also doesn't even look like a taxi. It's literally a white van. It's literally a white, like honestly, like a white minivan. And they're like a taxi. It was just kind of spooky, kind of felt sketchy to me. I was probably not in danger, but I just didn't feel that safe. That was 2 years ago. Now, in the recent cruise that I went a year ago, we went to Costa Maya and Cozumel and their private island. There might have been another place, I can't remember, but my review of Costa Maya and Cozumel, I want to say I liked Costa Maya more, but it was a little more touristy. But it wasn't in like didn't feel like a scary or like a sketchy way. It was pretty cute. Also, I think I like it because I got cute photos. I wore a really cute bathing suit, and I got cute photos in this like egg chair that was like a basket. And just my outfit was really cute that day. But then Cozumel, I think I didn't like as much because it rained that day. The weather was really nasty. And like trying to get off the boat and down the dock or like the port, it was like very nasty rainy. But I don't remember a whole lot. I mean, we just like shopped. We just shopped, and like every single store has the same thing. It's like, how many Mexican leather stores are there? And then how many stores are there just like junk stores, and they all have the same stuff? And it's like, it's supposedly like they're handcrafted or handmade, but it's like, it's none of it's handmade. Like, it just kind of pissed me off. Anyways, those are all the places I've been. Moving on to my dream destinations. These are my dream places. I tried to come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these are like my top 5, which are all out of the United States, but then I do have like some within the States that's separate. I guess I'll get those out of the way first. So these are not in my top 5, but it sounds like cliche, but like Los Angeles, California, and New York City are like 2 places that I want to go in the United States, and I also feel like I will go. I don't really care about too many like other states or cities that I want to visit. I kind of want to visit Hawaii, but technically I have been, but I want to try like other areas of Hawaii. As far as LA and New York, like I know that I will go at some point, probably for career or for something. And I also think like there's obviously lots of opportunity, and I think it would be fun. Everyone should visit those places. Not if they don't want to. And I know a lot of people don't want to, but I want to. So my top 5 actual dream places, I don't know if this is like in order. Let me try to put it in order. So starting with number 5, I'm going to say Singapore. I want to go to Singapore. It was kind of my last throw in here though, because I just think it's such a beautiful city, and it looks so futuristic. Like, that looks like the future to me. But yeah, that would probably be my last pick of my top 5. Then next I have, let's put Thailand. I could go a few places in Thailand. Obviously, like Bangkok is somewhere I want to be just for like the city life, the nightlife, and things like that. I want to experience it. I think it would be really fun. I also feel like they're a pretty inclusive country, and I know I worked with some coworkers. I had like 2 of them were from Thailand, and they told me super great things about it. Obviously it's their hometown, so it's like probably biased, but my next pick, I'm probably gonna say Japan, and this is number 3. Want to see a different ton of places in Japan, but Tokyo, come on, Tokyo is like obviously tourist central as far as the places to visit, but there's just so much there. There's so much to do. Like I want to see Nintendo World or Nintendo Land. I don't know which one it is, but in Japan would be super cool. I think shopping there would be amazing. The food, hold up. Japanese food is my favorite cuisine ever. Like, and we'll come back to that probably. But anyways, Japan. So after that, number 2, I'm gonna put Greece. And Greece, the reason it's this high, like I know they've all been Asian countries, but Greece, because me as a child, that was like my dream destination. Growing up, that was the first place where I was like, I want to go so bad. And as far as the island, I don't even really care. I think there's so many islands in Greece, and honestly, I wouldn't even know how to pick one. I would be like, someone just plan it for me, pick. A lot of people want to go to Mykonos. I know it's so beautiful, but I don't necessarily care. I think any, Grecian island that has like a beach, I think the beaches and the ocean in Greece are just so beautiful. Love Greek food, love Mediterranean food. Like, so there's so many reasons that I think I would enjoy it. And it's so beautiful. So many photo opportunities. And then of course the number 1 is South Korea. I don't know what my main like city to visit would be. Either Seoul, Korea, obviously, everyone wants to go. Either Seoul or Itaewon, because I feel like Itaewon's more my vibe and I feel like I would fit in there. I heard it's pretty good for tourists as far as like, friendliness of the natives, and also I think it's more LGBTQ friendly is what I've heard, and like they have businesses that are owned by queer people or just like I think Itaewon would be very friendly, and I think Seoul would be super great, of course. So I want to see both. That is my dream destination here as an adult, and I hope to go, I don't know, within like the next year. Is that too soon? Like, what if I went either this year or next year? I don't know. That's like kind of a goal. Maybe I should set it. I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to come back with some of the followers' answers. Okay, welcome back. Now we're going to get into, I guess this is Leckiju's cues. I just asked people on my Instagram, which is at Leckiju or at leckiju.kpop, what their dream destination was for travel and why. So, you could really say anything, give a reason, whatever. First up, we have South Korea, because the scenery is so beautiful. Obviously, I did get a lot of South Korea, or people saying Korea in general, because most of my followers on the K-pop account are going to be K-pop stans and are going to want to visit Korea. That's just a thing. Most of my followers did want to visit South Korea. So I didn't include all of them in here, but a lot of people said that. So I think we'll be on the same page with a few of these. The next person said, wherever you are, so I can give you hugs, and where you are is where I'm best. Aw, so sweet. I do know who sent this in. This is very sweet. And this person does happen to be going to Myrtle Beach with me, so we're gonna have so much fun. I would love to, like, that's my dream travel buddy, which is funny because he doesn't even like to travel. Like, if you said you can do a vacation anywhere, like, he would still want to be home. He just wants to be, like, home. He's always been like that. He never even wants to go out to the store. He'd rather stay home. So it's like, it's funny that I think of him as a good travel buddy, because, like, I just know that I'm more myself if he's wherever I am, or just like I have more fun if he's there. So that's why I always want him. And then I'm like, and sometimes he'll be miserable, but I'm like, I just want you to be with me. Like, say we went to a theme park. He hates theme parks or like amusement parks, and I'd be like, I have so much more fun when you're there. Like, he's a fun person, but he's like miserable because he like hates, being out in the heat, being outside, being in lines. And I'm like, but we have fun. Anyways, moving on. Very sweet, very sweet. Korea, obvi why, but also Switzerland because I want to ride the mountain roller coasters. So I actually looked this up. I saw you submitted this, and I looked up. I always have thought that the like mountain roller coasters are so cool, but I looked up like Switzerland specifically. They look amazing. It looks so much fun. I love a roller coaster. Okay, we were just talking amusement parks. I haven't gone in a long time, and I really want to ride a roller coaster, but a mountain roller coaster, that looks so fun and so beautiful. Like getting to, it's basically like sightseeing, but make it adventurous, make it fun. And I think that's such a good idea because it's like, yes, we all want to see, like, look at these beautiful mountains, look at the beautiful nature here, but let's also ride a roller coaster at the same time, kill two birds with one stone. So great answer. Next we have, also I love that that's so specific. Next we have anywhere tropical because I love the beach. And hey, I'm there with you. Especially when I was a kid, that would have been my answer. And I guess that's why Greece isn't exactly like tropical per se, but a main reason that I chose it was because of like white sand and a beach, and I just thought that was really pretty nature-wise. But yeah, I always had thought about tropical places really being like so me coded. So it's interesting now I say like South Korea, more of a city travel, but there's two different types of travel that I'd want to do. I mean, like Greece would be my more vacation specific, like lounge around, like, you know, really rest on a vacation. For me, vacation is like resting. But my dream travel is Korea because it's more like I want to go there to work. I want to go there to like experience the city and the culture, I guess. I would love to see the nature there and like the more suburban era. What did I just suburban? The suburban areas. Oh my God, I can't speak. So like, you know, the more natural areas, I would love to see that. I think they would be beautiful, but I'd be more wanting to see the cities and more focused on the cities. So those are my two different types of travel. When I think of vacation, I think of rest, and I think of beach, and I think of tropical. So that I understand you, but I guess travel, I want to go other places. Let's see. Someone said to go on a vacation to a different planet. Very interesting. I wouldn't. I'm never a person who I've never had the thought of wanting to go to outer space. Getting in a rocket sent up sounds terrifying. That's just like so not for me. I know I would pass out. I know I would throw up. I would do my big one. But if I had to choose a planet, I know that Neptune is not like survivable, but if you had like, I don't know the technology, but if you had a suit, I know it's like freezing, like way below freezing on Neptune, right? But, you know, if you were able to go, I think I would be most interested to be on Neptune because I love the name. Come on, Neptune. Imagine someone's name Neptune. I think that's so fierce. Also, I think it's the most beautiful planet. I've always thought that. You know, Saturn's pretty cool too. That's also a good name, but Neptune is just my bias when it comes to the planets, so that's what I'd pick. Tokyo, because I want to try all the different food because it looks good. This is why I said I would go back to me and Japanese food. Japanese food has always been my favorite, I think. I really did love Greek food, though, as a kid. Still do. Still love Mediterranean, but Japanese food is where it's at. When it comes time for my birthday, I'm like, let's get hibachi every time because a shrimp hibachi is my favorite meal of all time. Love Japanese food. Love sushi. Now, I don't go crazy for like raw fish. I don't go crazy for like, you know, tuna or salmon in my sushi, which is most sushi rolls. But any sushi without those, I'm down. I love sushi. The concept of sushi is also super fun. Now, somebody said, Son's shoulders, no explanation needed. I agree. So if I could actually change my answer, could I actually change my top 5 travel destinations to Son? Because that's a mountain I want to climb. Songhua, Young, Yuno, and Mingi question mark. I don't know, Mingi, Yosung, I don't know. Those would be my top five if we're choosing people for destinations. But San's shoulders, I get it. I get it. Now that is a mountain that we could all fit on. I think he could carry all of Atini up on his shoulders. Somebody said Japan for the cherry blossoms and my favorite J-pop group. So amazing. Love cherry blossoms. So beautiful. My brother, his probably, I guess his travel destination would probably be Japan. I know he wants to go there at some point if possible. He loves cherry blossom, like also cherry blossom themes. He's talked about like a wedding with cherry blossom theme or a wedding in Japan. In April, like in the cherry blossom season. It's just like seems so unreal and so like mystical, dreamlike. I love it. And your favorite J-pop group, of course. See, I think that's a reason a lot of people, K-pop fans and my friends, want to go to Korea, because we want to see like the K-pop, I guess the K-pop side in its native country. Does that make sense? Like I want to go in a K-pop store, like go in a store in Korea and see the K-pop merch and like see the differences, see the marketing. Also I want to see the entertainment buildings. I know we all want to visit like the JYP, the KQ Entertainment, the YG, SM buildings, like just to see the outside and be like, wait, my favorite idol train's in there, or like maybe they're in there right now. It's just a thing. Somebody said Korea, of course. Gotta see our mommy Sungwa's and our daddy Hongjoong's birthplace. Love that. So again, an 80s reference. If you're unfamiliar, Sungwa and Hongjoong are known as the mom and the dad of the group, and this is their hometown. So why wouldn't we want to see our family's hometown and our parents' hometown? I get you. I know what you're saying. Now, lastly, the last one we have is Canada. They said Canada for friends, nature, queer culture. And then they said South Korea for the food, culture, people, you name it. I like this answer, and I actually haven't thought of Canada that much, but I do think I will visit Canada at some point in my life. I do know a couple people in Canada. I'm also signed in Canada. My mother agency is in Canada, so I feel like I could have work there if I wanted. Not like it's waiting for me. No, not like that. But I think I could have work there if I wanted to in the future. And I think it could be a really pretty place to live. I think there's like obviously so many good things, and you also mentioned queer culture, and like from the people, what I've heard is like really great there. And you know, there's just a lot of cool things. And then in South Korea for the food, the culture. This is kind of maybe will shock people, but I don't really love Korean food. Now, there's a lot of Korean food that I do like, but as far as like the most popular Korean barbecue, I'm not like a huge carnivorous person. So I don't mean huge as in literally, but I'm not a very carnivorous person. Don't like a lot of meat, and typically that's like the majority of what the meal is. So, you know, they keep like at Korean barbecue, I've been like maybe twice. They be bringing out food. They keep bringing out meats. They're slapping it on the grill. And I'm like, like one thing about K-pop like variety shows on YouTube or any like content, they always have food involved, right? They're always feeding them, which is great. They have like big buffets for them, but it's always like the close-ups of the meat and everything are kind of like turns my stomach. Like it's not appetizing to me when they show like either raw meat or the meat cooking. Like I'm just like, ugh, like it's not appetizing to me at all. But I've also had some really good Korean food, like chicken bulgogi in like a bowl of rice. Like it's really great. There are some great things. But then you also said the culture, the people, you name it. Yeah, there's literally endless things. The fashion, I want to go shopping. If I could go shopping anywhere, it would be South Korea for a day. But then, yeah, I've heard that you need to take an extra suitcase just for the amount of things that you're going to buy, like just for your new things. So, I really want to work in Korea. Guys, can we manifest this together? Let's manifest together on the pod. So, everybody close your eyes. If you're listening, if you're watching, let's close our eyes. And let's manifest that we are going to get to travel to one of our top 5 destinations within the next year. Let's be really spontaneous. Let's say in the next year, a year from today, I will have traveled to one of my top 5 destinations that I want to travel to. Let's manifest that. Let's believe it. We don't know how we're going to get there, but we're going to maybe travel there for work. Maybe we're going to travel there for vacation because we came into a bunch of money. No matter what, we're going to go to one of these places at least. So I'd actually be really curious to hear what your travel plans are, if you have any. So please comment below, like, what are your traveling plans? What are your goals? Comment your top 5 places, and then let's manifest it like I was just saying. I'm just curious what your plans are, because like I told you mine, I'm going to Myrtle Beach to recap, then I'm going to Amelia Island, Florida. Hopefully it's going to be fun. When I get back, whatever my episode is, should be first week of July or something. Whatever my episode when I come back is, I'll probably recap what I did and how the trips went. So we will get a follow-up on this episode. But yeah, I'm super excited. I think it's going to be fun. I don't think I did much traveling last year, so this will actually feel more like a summer, I guess, because it's like getting away. And it's not like I did a bunch of vacations when I was a kid, but we used to do like one trip every year to Tennessee to visit family. And because they had a pool at their house, it was just like, we were there for a week, and it was just like a week of summer fun, pool, and like, I long for that. I really missed that time. It was so much fun. And then as we got older, we started doing this like Myrtle Beach thing, and we would go at least for like once every summer. And then last year, I think my brother and I started a tradition, hopefully, of we just went, just the two of us, to Myrtle Beach. We were only there for 2 days, or like 2.5, and now we're getting to do 5 because we were like, no matter what, we said we have to go to Myrtle Beach this summer. Let's go, just the two of us. And I wanted to celebrate my birthday also doing that because it's truly the most fun. And then that other trip got planned to see family, so I was like, let's just make it a trip. Let's do, I believe it's like 6.5 hours from home to Myrtle, and then we have 5.5 to Amelia Island, and then 6 all the way back. So it's like a little triangle, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping to do a podcast episode. Obviously next week we'll have one, but since it's the week after, don't know if I'm going to film one while I'm there. I'm going to play it by ear, whether I want to do one or if I want to just like take the vacation time. But I think a vacation version of the pod would also be fun, either filmed at the villa like I was talking about, or filmed at the beach or something like that. Maybe I'll do a vlog instead. But it's gonna be so much fun. So I'm excited for my summer. I hope y'all are excited for yours, and I hope you have an amazing summer. Stay tuned into the pod during the summer. You can be tanning, you can be outside, you can be at the pool, at the beach, but please tune into the pod. You can like and subscribe, do not forget. Turn on the post notifications so you don't miss an upload. I'm also posting shorts on here, kind of just trying to test out the waters and see how like the like advertising goes, but also engage with those shorts, please. You can check me out on my Instagram at Leckiju or at leckiju.kpop to see what I'm posting. One's a regular account, one's a K-pop account, and I also post about the podcast. So if you want to be included in the video like some of the people today, if you want to submit some answers or some questions, please, you can even DM me, but you can also submit whenever I post on my stories once a week. So if you want to see what my TikTok's about, it's at Leckiju212, and all of those and all of my socials are going to be in my link tree, which you can check out on the homepage of this channel. That's all I have to say today. I'm excited to see y'all. Hopefully you'll come back next week. Thank you for making it all the way to this point, and safe travels. Have fun. This has been the Leckiju Lounge. Bye bye.